Essex are still in with a shout of beating Glamorgan in Chelmsford as David Masters produced another fine performance to grab his fourth fifer of the LV County Championship season in a match his side have to win to keep their promotion dreams alive. Glamorgan resumed their first innings after a rain-ruined first day on 103 for 2 with Murray Goodwin and Ben Wright in the middle of an excellent partnership, this shot taking Goodwin to yet another half-century. Alas for them, it didn't last much longer on the second morning with Wright giving Masters his third wicket. LBW the decision as the batsman departed for 45, having begun the day on 44. Goodwin also fell in the first 45 minutes. He'd advanced on to 65 when he was another to be undone by Masters' accuracy. Owe Shah with the catch, which gave Masters his 50th wicket of the championship season. He was a long way ahead of the rest of the Essex attack, the rest struggling to keep a check on Chris Cook and Mark Wallace when they came together with their side on 131 for 4. They conjured up the most entertaining partnership of the day, with both batsmen playing fluently. Cook got the ball rolling after the rather indifferent start to the day for his team, while Wallace warmed up for this weekend's Yorkshire Bank 40 final by pulling Ravi Bopara for a 6. That was a shot matched 10 minutes later by Cook off the bowling of Graham Napier. Cook reached a fine 50, which was made off only 65 balls with 6 fours and that 6 included. And his partnership with Wallace realised 95 runs in 21 overs, which carried the total along to 226 for 4. A big total in the offing if these two could keep going as they had been doing. But their concentration was ruined by the lunch break, and after it, both batsmen fell in quick succession. Wallace was bowled by Bopara for 38, while Cook was legged before as he played across a ball from Monty Panesar. Cook departed for a top score of 67 at 234 for 6. That left 2 new batsmen to face the second new ball, something Ryudri Smith did pretty well. The Scot has made a decent start to his county career, he dominated an 8th wicket partnership of 27 with Andrew Salter, Smith making 23 of those. He was then bowled by Napier, who beat him for pace with a score on 261 for 7. But Essex still couldn't finish off the innings as they would have wanted. They would have known that their promotion rivals, Northamptonshire, were having a tough day against Kent, and so the opportunity of clawing back a 21-point deficit with 2 games to play was still a possibility, even though John Glover was frustrating their attack now. These were very rare boundaries off Masters, who finally had Salter caught at slip after he'd spent an hour and a half over his 9 runs. That gave Masters the 28th fifer of his remarkable career and Shah his 200th catch in the first-class arena. Still, Glamorgan batted on with Dean Koska and Glover now taking the total beyond 300. Koska fell for 10 when he was taken at short leg by Ben Folkes, and the innings was finally ended in the 109th over with Rhys Topley bowling Michael Hogan. Glover was left on 39 as Glamorgan were all out for 322. Masters with 5 for 68 from 36 exceptional overs. So Essex now had 29 overs to make the most of with the bat, and Jake Mickleborough and Gautam Gambhir gave them an ideal start. All Essex can do, of course, is look after their own business and do everything in their power to win this contest, to take the battle for promotion down to the last week of the season. The weather is not looking favourable for Thursday, so it may all come down to a manufactured target on the last day. But for now, these 2 batsmen simply had to play the conditions, and they were doing that pretty well. Mickleborough reached his 50 off only 62 balls, from which he'd found the boundary on 8 occasions. He was outplaying his more illustrious colleague Gambhir, who was more circumspect in his play, but no less effective, as these 2 opened up their reply with a more than useful stand of 95. It was ended when Gambhir on 37 tried to hit Koska over the top, but missed time to Salter at mid-off, that being the only success the visitors had before stumps were drawn. Essex will now pray that the forecast is wrong so they can add to their 107 for 1, which leaves them trailing by 215 runs, with Mickleborough still there on 68. They would hope to get ahead, or if not, come to some sort of agreement with Mark Wallace, who may fancy a one-day type game on Friday to prepare for the Lord's final on Saturday.